You are listening to the Marc Guzman podcast experience. So Hawaii right now has a volcano on the main island that's still erupting. They don't know when it's going to stop. They're having to evacuate people from their homes. I believe there's no deaths right now, but there's a lot of property damage. Now, what's surprising is that there's people flying into it to go see the volcano and get close up and take videos and photos, and they're warning people to stay away because it's not just the danger of getting burned, but there's all these gases that are toxic. So if you're planning on going to Hawaii, to the main island to look at lava, don't do it.
It's like these storm chasers.
Storm chasers, yeah.
Storm chasers, volcano chasers, or whatever.
Yeah. Now, so Hawaii's dealing with the volcano right now. Earthquakes are the big worry here in California.
Yeah.
Now, there hasn't been a major earthquake since '89, really. And there's a lot of talk of, well, we see the data, we see that eventually the chances are something big is going to hit.
Yep.
So, in your world with insurance,
yay!
how easy is it to get earthquake insurance, and should everyone have it? And
well, I mean, easy to get, right? It's easy to get. California Earthquake Authority has made it easy. They've modified the policy from its original inception when CEA, I'll just use the shortage. When they first rolled out, there wasn't a big option plan. So in 2017, they added more packages, more coverages, more where you could tailor it. But it's super easy to get. It's about contacting your insurance agent and getting a quote and fine-tuning it to your needs basis, because that's really how earthquake should be sold, and tailor it to your needs. But yeah, I mean, if someone said to me right now, Zulian, I want earthquake insurance, when can I get it? Today. We're talking minutes. I do recommend absolutely property owners to have it.
Now, what limits should they get?
Well, the way it works, it'll match your dwelling coverage. So the earthquake policy is going to mirror your primary residence, your homeowner policy coverage as far as the structure. So it's always going to mirror that. So then that's where we go into do you want to include personal property or not? What's important to you? Do you really just care about, the structure of it? And the reason I say this is because we're talking more coverage, more policy premium. It's going to cost you more. Or so, by getting rid of this, makes it more affordable. And that's the other misconception that people have, is they say earthquake insurance is so expensive. It used to be, right? It used to be. Now, with the changes that they've made it more affordable, because you can get rid of coverages that will reduce the premium. So then that way you're found where you could afford it. And my question is always to them is, do you, at the time of an earthquake, do you want to be 100% responsible for the damages to your home? Or do you want to be 10%, 15% responsible for the damages to your home?
Now, if your home has been reinforced, or if you have a newer home that was built with reinforcements, should you still have earthquake insurance?
Yeah, and the reason for that is because, there are companies out there that will retrofit your home, but they don't guarantee that it's going to still be standing, right? Nothing is really, it's not guaranteed. I mean, even newer homes, depending on the severity of the quake, it may not withstand the force of it. So, yes, earthquake insurance is important. If you have equity in your home, if your home is completely paid off, these are more reasons why you should have earthquake insurance. Because when, we'll use my house as an example. If my house is completely damaged in an earthquake, there's no bank that's going to, give me a loan on a damage. They're going to come out to my house and laugh in my face, right, when it's time to appraise it. And then, so the bank's not going to give me any money to rebuild or repair the home. So That's why you need to have it beforehand. I mean, we just had this little minor quake. I say a hiccup. What was it, last week? I mean, so Facebook was like reporting, oh my God, did you feel it? Did you feel it? You know, and people, people were calling the office and inquiring about it because unfortunately, earthquake insurance is out of sight, out of mind. It's on the back burner. We don't see it. Volcano, people on the island, they see it every day. You know, so it's like, yeah, this little puppy can go off any minute, or it's in their minds, it's in their sight. Versus for us, we don't see it, so we tend to forget about living in earthquake country until little stuff starts happening. So we start seeing activity.
Have you heard anything about California Assembly Bill 2681? This is for the potentially vulnerable buildings.
I haven't.
So this is a bill that right now it's making its way through the state Congress. And so it's AB 2681. And this would actually require every city and county in the state of California to create a list of vulnerable buildings.
Oh.
So this would apply to any 5 or more units. So 1 to 4 unit homes would be exempt, but this would also apply to commercial properties and every property, right? Except government buildings and hospitals.
Of course.
Yeah.
The ones we need.
Yeah. So, thank you for listening to this podcast short. For more podcast content, be sure to subscribe to all of our podcast channels on YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Libsyn, Castbox, Podbean, and literally anywhere else you listen to podcasts.